0023244941002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. The best radio show.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Star Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for who? For here, we they call them London. And that's how you know. Just have fun and stay blessed.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Star Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I know your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Star Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Star Radio. Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the Morning Show. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, on a Tuesday edition of the Morning Show, and I remain yours sincerely.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Today is the 11th day of the 6th month, the year 2024. That's 11 June 2024 with the time now 10 minutes to 11. So from now till exactly 12 o'clock, I'm going to be a captain. I'm going to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology. If it's making the headlines, be rest assured I'm going to be touching on it. And let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Francis, yes, good work done. Good work done. We've been busy this morning doing all sorts. Yes, trying to make sure everything takes along very, very nicely. And we've been able to do it. No mission is impossible to us. Every mission is possible by the grace of God, right? Good. Well, so that's what is going to happen. Let me say good morning to Anthony Adedeji Aziz. Massive good morning to you. Bishop Adesina, good morning. Mr. Brett Yoba, me watching, papa. And then let me say massive good morning also to Mr. Kofi Ali Abdul Yakin, Dr. Morton, good morning. Felix, good morning. Kojodi, good morning. Mr. Frank Davis, good morning to Mr. Laimi Kwaiki. Massive good morning to you as well. My Bishop Adesina, massive good morning to you and to all of you who have tuned in this morning to listen to us wherever you might be. Morning to you. Do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. So my web program around this, how the program is going to be going today, I'm going to bring you the quote for the day. The weather forecast will follow suit. Then we'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. We then continue from there and exactly at just after that, we'll bring you the details of all the stories. Then 11:45, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussion. Exactly at 12 o'clock, the curtains are brought down for the end of the program. But remember, this afternoon, exactly at 1:30 as well, BB Clement will be coming your way with BB Means Business. So in a gist, that's what's going to happen. But wherever you are, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And once again, welcome to the program. Well, so let's kick off. The quote for the day says, success does not flow from inordinate objectives, not passive things or conditions, but from people with the prepared mindset. People with prepared mindset. And somebody say, well, I'm thinking about what to do already. Really? Well, you want to know more. That's how success comes by. Okay, moving on straight to the weather front. What have I got for you when it comes to the weather here in the UK? Well, for the whole of the UK, this afternoon we'll see large areas of cloud develop, but there will still be some sunny spells. There is a chance of a few isolated showers, mainly in the eastern and northern areas, cool and breezy. Now tonight is going to be dry with clear spells from most in the west across eastern areas, and for the far north of Scotland, it will be mostly cloudy with a chance of the odd shower there as well. But when it comes to London and the southeast, to be specific, this is how the weather is going to be for you. Now this afternoon we'll see variable cloud and sunny spells, along with scattered light showers developing throughout. It will remain breezy and cool. Now tonight will turn calm. There will be areas of low cloud around, along with a few clear breaks. A chance of the odd light shower lingering in places. It will be a cool night for all. The temperature is going to be 15 degrees, the lowest is going to be 9 degrees. Pollen level is going to be high, UV level is going to be moderate, and pollution is going to be low. Sunset 21:17 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 04:43 hours. That brings us to the end of the weather forecast. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So now let's move on to your travels, and as we say, keep your eyes on the roads, as you keep you navigated, I promise, our bond. On the underground this morning, apart from the district line that is experiencing past suspension and severe delays, all the eyes are running good service. Right? So on the district line, no service between Parsons Green and Wimbledon, and severe delays between Parsons Green and Edgware Road, while Network Rail fixed a signal failure at Wimbledon Park. London Underground tickets are being accepted on Southwestern Railway and local buses. Good service on the rest of the line though. DLR, London Tram Link, London Overground, good service. That takes us straight to the major roads in London. On the major roads in London, A24, A316, A4, A40, Central London Red routes, North Circular A406 and South Circular A205 are experiencing serious delays. So if you can avoid that, do your best to do so. And also on the riverbeds this morning, there's good service throughout. But keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. That's to keep it navigated. I promise our bond. Now moving you straight to the London cable car. It's also running a good service. That brings us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. On the National Rail this morning, cross country, Great Western Railway, Greater Anglia, Northern Rail, Southwestern Railway, and Thameslink are experiencing minor delays. Also, London Northeastern Railway and ScotRail are also offering special services. So please check before you leave. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and that's where I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a commercial break, and once we come back, I'll take you global trotting. Stay tuned, and don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Themed Clothed in Grace, you'll be clothed in grace, revived, set ablaze, and become a blessing to others. Join us at the prestigious Fairfield Concert Theatre Hall in Croydon, Greater London on Saturday, June 15th, 2024. Doors open at 10 a.m. Admission is free, but registration is required. It's where miracles happen, lives are transformed, hope is restored, and stories are forever changed. Our story mirrors that of Mary and Elizabeth, two ordinary chosen women who gave birth to greatness. Meet Mel and her mum, whose relationship blossomed into a beautiful friendship and thriving business partnership, thanks to a powerful moment of forgiveness at the Lady to Lady conference in Croydon. Chuck and Constance defied the odds and became proud parents after attending Lady to Lady, truly a catalyst for a baby boom. Come and witness the miraculous. Attendees have reported seeing breast lumps disappear after our conference. From despair to success, stories like Evelyn's remind us that there's hope even in our darkest moments. Join us as attendees share their journeys of overcoming adversity and excelling in life. Experience the power of faith and transformation at Lady to Lady. Our conference has revitalized ministries and sparked profound spiritual turnarounds. Love also finds its way at Lady to Lady. Fiona received a marriage proposal just 4 months after attending the conference. Today, she's happily married. Join other amazing ladies at our annual conference and be part of the next chapter of miracles and transformations. Reserve your spot today for Clothed in Grace. Visit www.ladytoLadyglobal.org or call us at 0203 983 9394 or find us on Eventbrite. Just in case you're wondering, is this for me? Yes, it is for you. See you there.
Okay, welcome back to the program Star Radio UK. So as you saw, the Lady to Lady conference is taking place this Saturday, the 15th of June. The venue is the Fairfield Theatre Hall, and the time is exactly 10 a.m. You can scan the QR code there and get all the necessary information. However, if you want to go to their website for any further information, go to www.ladytoladyglobal.org for further information. The theme, once again, clothed in grace, and we want to invite you all to be there. Also, another announcement there for you, and this time around it pertains to Faith Revival Assembly presenting Free to Worship. Well. And who do we have on there? Reverend Bruce Gatti, aka Uncle Ato, is going to be there. And Minister Ken and Jesha are also going to be there as well. And also ministering the Faith Revival Assembly Choir, Glorious Temple Choir of the Resurrection and Living Bread International Ministries. The dates are the 22nd of June, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and the 23rd of June, that's a Sunday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event is taking place at Broadmead Primary School, 366 Sydenham Road. The postcode CR02EA. That's in Croydon. The program is being hosted by Reverend and Lady Reverend Annan. Okay, this is Starr Radio UK. And this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11 o'clock exactly. And let's go global trotting. What have I got news for you? Yeah. Okay. So what is happening when it comes to the stories? When it comes to Nigeria, your bank deposits are safe. CBN reassures Nigerians. And Tinubu sacks Arase as Police Service Commission chairman. And why fuel prices can't fall as low as 300 naira per litre, oil marketers are saying. And Sonolu has emerged as chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, and former Governor Lamido sparks controversy, claims Tinubu did not build Lagos. Okay, now Democracy Day, federal government declares June 12 public holiday. That's tomorrow. Then Amnesty International, DHQ disagree over treatment of female victims of Boko Haram. Now, court affirms Amawule 26 others as Rivers PDP members. That's quite an interesting one. And abducted Kaduna Catholic priest Gabriel Uke regains freedom. Afrexim Bank grants $40 million to aid Fidelity Bank Union Bank UK's acquisition. Now, Fayose denies dumping PDP, cautions against politics of bitterness. And then Boko Haram kidnaps passengers along Maduguri Kano Highway. Those are some of the stories making the round. CBN gives new exchange rate as Naira appreciates against pound and euro. Let's see what the interest rate will be there. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. In other stories making the round this morning as well, at least one dead in latest militant attack in Eastern DRC. The army says militants from the Allied Democratic Forces were behind Friday's attack on villages of Masala, Mahihi, and Kemi. Well, we'll be telling you more about that. American troops begin withdrawal from Niger. This withdrawal follows the departure of the French army from Niger at the end of 2023 and the arrival of Russian military instructors as Niger decides to now get help from them. Imminent deployment of Kenyan-led international police in Haiti. That's one of the stories making the rounds there as well. I'll be telling you more about all those in the next few moments. So wherever you are, stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Okay, now moving on straight to some other stories making the rounds still on the African continent. Galam says, stop the call to attack soldiers is unlawful. The Ghana Armed Forces is telling the public. And Law House, we can't have modern legal service without a fully functional digitized system. Who is speaking? The Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfrey Yeboah-Dame has called for full digitalization of the operation of the office in its quest to deliver effective services. According to him, the operationalization of this department needs digitalization. Okay, we'll see about that. What do you think? Okay, now Parliament resumes amidst controversy over anti-gay bill and urgent government businesses. Some of the stories making the rounds. Do you think Ghana is past the place where a clergy man will be involved in politics? Well, MPP running mate, politics and religion cannot mix. Reverend Onyina must step aside. That is a statement coming from a political analyst, and he's saying he's of the view that Reverend Onyina must step aside and not be involved in politics, because in a nutshell, politics in Ghana is a dirty one. Now, the NDC is calling on the peace groups, various peace groups, to speak against electoral violence. But are they? Will they? What is happening? The core of my government has been combating corruption, Kufuor is saying. But the question is, really? And the NDC has drifted from its principles of probity, accountability, and social cohesion. And that is from Sheku Nkrumah. We'll be looking into all those stories if time permits us. But this all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. In other parts of the world as well, this is what is happening. What is happening? Yeah. U.S. Security Council backs U.S.-Israel Gaza ceasefire plan. The proposal sets out conditions for a complete ceasefire and the release of hostages held by Hamas. But Netanyahu is walking a tightrope as U.S. urges Gaza's ceasefire. Now, Apple brings ChatGPT to iPhones in an AI overhaul. And the Malawi Vice President plane may have crashed in forest, Army says. What brought about that? We'll be looking into that as well. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. In other stories, U.S. civil rights hero James Lawson dies at 95. And Macron's snap election leaves rivals stunned after EU vote. And then drugs, alcohol, and gun inside Hunter Biden's trial. That's a big one. But how is it all going to be panning out for him? It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. And 4 U.S. college instructors stabbed in public park in China. Why? 39 died after boat capsizes off Yemen. That's what officials are saying. And when it comes to the heat, well, 8 more die as India faces longest heat wave. Well, my producer was telling me, why is it that we're not getting the proper summer? But well. Now, in the UK front as well, election goes on, promises goes on, and manifestos are unleashed. Yesterday, the Lib Dems produced their manifesto, and today the Tories are doing so. Now, Tories pledge to boost home ownership in manifesto. But someone to say 40 years on. And I mean, for you to get your foot on the property ladder, it will take a long time. But well, they are promising. And Lema is also promising 100,000 urgent child dental appointments because the kids, oh boy, and parents have not got a means to do so. Now, Gary Glitter told to pay victims £508,000 damages. Unemployment rate highest for more than 2 years is a story. It is a lovely place, but we cannot afford to live here. Where? I'm going to tell you more about that. And a French appeal to catch woman's murder 40 years on. A French appeal to catch a woman's murder 40 years on. You want to know that? Make sure your doubts are so logged on Starr Radio UK when I come back. But now, let's enjoy a tune. And then we continue from there. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Enough from Makafui Dau featuring Ajabia. Enjoy it.
Satisfaction you can never find in yourself or in another human's eyes. You tried everything, but what joy did it bring? You thought you were feeling high, but you were living a lie. I doubted when they told me that you could make it right. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I knew it'll turn out right. Looked into myself and the emptiness inside. Tell me, can you feel me? How are you enough for me? Enough for me? Would you satisfy me completely? I want to believe you are all that I need, my God, enough for me. Who'd have ever thought that I'd find someone like you, who loves me unconditionally like the way you do. Every single day I wake up and I pray that your mercy and your grace will find me in all kinds of ways. So in those darkest times, like Daniel in the den, or even if it's like Lazarus who was dead and in the grave, I'm gonna look up to the hills like David did to you, and cry out with all faith in me that God, you're enough for me, enough for me. You satisfy me completely. I've come to believe you are all that I need, my God, enough for me. Enough for me, enough for me. You satisfy me completely. I've come to believe you are all that I need, my God, enough for me. You did not let go of me. You said you will take care.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
All around the world. This is Starr Radio UK.
Enough for me. He satisfies me completely. I've come to believe you're all that I need. God, you're enough for me. Nyamawu esubonam, esubonam, dedi bonamle, lucianume, never bobina, ewe gumia, nyamawu esubonam, mawu esubonam. You're enough for me.
This is Starr Radio UK.
God is enough. You are enough for me.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK. This afternoon exactly at 1:30, BB Clement will be coming your way with BB Means Business, a show that is there to help you. If you have a business plan, you don't have a business plan, you want to know what to do, to stimulate you, to put you, to energize you, to equip you to be able to attain whatever, bringing information pertaining to your career close to you wherever you might be. BB Clement means BB means BB means business means BB Clement with you. All right then, so that will be exactly at 1:30. So make sure your dads are logged on when she comes your way. Okay, so now let's look at some of the stories making the rounds from Nigeria with the updates from Nigeria. For the past few days, a couple of weeks now, there have been that unrest as to whether Nigerian depositors, especially those with the banks whose licenses have been withdrawn or are being liquidated, will get their money. But the Central Bank of Nigeria has again reassured the banking public of the safety of their deposits and the banking system's resilience. The Apex Bank Acting Director of Corporate Communication Department, Mrs. Hakama Sidi Ali, gave the assurances in a statement on Monday in Abuja. Now, it says Sidi Ali's statement was as a response to concerns in some quarters about the stability of Nigerian banks in the wake of the Heritage Bank PLC license revocation. Now, she faulted claims that the CBN was considering revoking the operation licenses of Fidelity, Polaris, Wema, and Unity banks. She also clarified that a circular issued by the bank on January 10, 2024, notifying the public about the dissolution of the boards of Union, Keystone, and Polarized banks was currently being circulated as though it was freshly issued. According to the director, Heritage Bank's case was isolated. Now, allegations of further revocation of licenses prior to the completion of CBN recapitalization exercise are mere fabrications aimed at creating panic within the system, she said. She said the bank's customers, particularly those of Heritage Bank, needed not worry about the safety of their deposits, adding that the Nigerian Deposits Insurance Corporation, the NDIC, has commenced payment to the bank's insured depositors. Now, she urged the members of the public to continue their regular banking activities without fear, dismissing any false report regarding the health of specific deposit money banks. The CBN has its robust regulatory framework. It is proactively ensuring that the stability of Nigeria's financial system, thereby guaranteeing the safety of depositors' funds in all Nigerian financial institutions, she said. Sidi Ali reiterated the assurances of the CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso that the recapitalization of banks in Nigeria was intended to bolster the banking system and safeguard the sector against risks. Now, she urged all stakeholders to cooperate in ensuring the success of the process, which she said will be for the overall growth of the Nigerian economy. Without prejudice to the ongoing recapitalization process, I want to restate that the Nigerian bank industry remains resilient. Key financial soundness indicators remain within current regulatory thresholds. Now, customers are therefore encouraged to proceed with their transactions as usual, as the CBN is committed to ensuring the safety of the banking system, she said. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. So, do you have confidence now with the statement that has been made? Well, for depositors of the defunct bank, well, they are saying, you know what? Don't you worry about nothing. Your deposits are okay. Now, President Bola Tinubu has removed former Inspector General of Police Solomon Arase as the chairman of the Police Service Commission. In his place, he has approved the appointment of Deputy Inspector General of Police Hashimu Agungu, retired. A statement issued by Ajure in Galele, special advisor to the president, media and publicity, on Monday, said the president also approved the appointment of Chief Onyemochi Namani as secretary and director general, Tayo Lakano, retired, as member of the commission. Now, it's said that the appointment are subject to confirmation by the Senate. According to the statement, other members of the Police Service Commission will be appointed in due course. Furthermore, the president has approved the appointment of Mr. Mohammed Shaidu as the executive secretary of the Nigerian Police Trust Fund with immediate effect. The statement said the president expects absolute demonstration of integrity, diligence, and patriotic zeal in the discharge of these important functions for the overall well-being of the Nigerian police and the nation. All right then, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Updates from Nigeria. Now, yesterday we did talk about the fact that some marketers or consumers were of the view that with the full running capacity of the Dangote oil refinery, fuel prices will drop as low as to about 300 naira per liter. But oil marketers have come to say that no, that could not happen. A group of oil marketers have disclosed why the price of a liter of fuel cannot drop to as low as 300 naira in Nigeria. The major energy marketer Association of Nigeria, MEMAN, made this disclosure in a statement where they also denied reports that the local refining of crude oil could lead to fuel selling for 300 naira per liter. A spokesman of the Crude Oil Refinery Owners Association of Nigeria, Iche Idoku, and had suggested that fuel will start selling for around 300 per liter once the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and other indigenous modular refineries began large-scale production. Now, Idoko had also said that for such reduction to happen, the federal government must ensure a regular supply of crude oil to local refineries. So there's a catch there. The federal government has to make sure they supply these refineries with crude oil. Now, many companies today benefit from the importation of petroleum products at the expense of the Nigerian. Idoko said, if we start producing PMS in large volumes with adequate crude oil supply, I can assure you that the pump price could drop to 300 naira per liter. Now, why make Nigerians pay almost 700 per liter when allowing local refineries to operate will reduce the price? It is to satisfy global refiners profiting from us. A former member, chairman, and current CEO of the 11 PLC, Tunji Oyebanji, however, told Channels TV on Monday that the price could not drop to 300 naira per liter. 1 barrel of crude oil contains 159 liters and costs about $80. Multiplying this by 1,400 gives you 112 naira per barrel, which when divided by 159 results in 702 naira per barrel liter of crude alone, excluding refining, transportation, finance, and cost of distribution margins, Oyebanji said. Now, Oyebanji further argued that since crude oil, which is the raw material for PMS, is priced in dollars, a substantial price reduction is very much unlikely. We were selling diesel for 1,700 to 1,800 per liter, but as soon as Dangote Refinery started production, the price dropped to 1,200 per liter. This indicates that prices can indeed drop. Currently, diesel prices could fall further, but the exchange rate keeps them above 1,000 naira per liter. If the exchange rate stabilizes, diesel prices could drop below 1,000 naira per liter. Even though Dangote buys crude in dollars within Nigeria, he could mitigate some exchange rate impacts by not importing. And that is true. And I'm saying that I'm looking at the bigger picture here, asking myself the question that what happens if those entities within the oil industry, especially those who import the finished products, they import them into the country. Yes, those oil organizations who import them. Now that means their market being hit. So what are they going to do? Well, it's quite an interesting one, but we'll tell you more about that as we continue It is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, Lagos State Governor Sanwo-Olu, emerged the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum on Monday. The governor, who read the communique after a meeting behind closed doors at the Lagos House, Ikeja, was unanimously nominated by his colleagues. The governor said the forum deliberated extensively on several matters, noting that the governors also paid their last respect to the late Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu and congratulated the new governor Lucky Ayedatiwa. Now, he said the forum restated its call for state police and pledged support for the federal government regarding the deliberation of the minimum wage tripartite committee. Now, Sanwo-Olu said the forum commended the federal government on the flag off of the construction of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and other initiatives calling for the rehabilitation of federal roads across the southwest states. Now, he said the forum adopted an anthem, Ise Wa Fu Ile Wa, for the southwest states, condemning the group agitating for a Yoruba nation. Now, present at the meeting were Governors Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Lucky Ayedatiwa, Ondo, Dapo Abiodun, Seyi Makinde, Ademola Adeleke, and Biodan Ayibanji of Ekiti State. Well, they are condemning those who are calling for a cessation. Well, but what do you think about that? Well, now, interestingly, who built the Lagos State? The former governor, Sule Lamido of Jigawa State, made a provocative statement on Monday, challenged the widely held notion that Bola Tinubu, the current president of Nigeria, built Lagos State during his tenure as governor. Lamido made this claim in a TV interview on Monday. The former governor asserted that Lagos was developed using Nigerian resources, citing the construction of the port, airport, and bridges. He downplayed Tinubu's role in the state's growth, stating he never built Lagos. Now, Lagos was built with the Nigerian money. I mean, the port, the airport, the bridges. So when you say Tinubu built Lagos, he never built Lagos. He went on further to say, I know him when he was under SDP and when he was the secretary of the party. I also knew him as a governor of Lagos State. I know him very well and I know his capacity. I know what he can do. I know what he cannot do. Luckily today, he is there on top of the country. He never built Lagos, he alleged. Now, Tinubu served as the governor of Nigeria's economic capital from 1999 to 2007. Some of his supporters credit him for laying the foundation for modern Lagos State. Now, Lamido's comments have sparked a heated debate, with some supporting his stance and others vehemently disagreeing. The former governor remarks have been seen as a subtle criticism of Tinubu's leadership and his handling of the country's affairs. Now, Lamido's statement has also raised questions about the ownership and management of Nigerian resources, highlighting the need for transparent governance and accountability. Okay. So, interestingly, the question is, Lagos being the capital of the federal capital then needed development, right? Okay, so definitely like Abuja, it's the state, the federal, yes, the federal, the whole of Nigeria, the country, it's money that was used in developing the place, right? So if this man Alamido is saying that, well, he thinks that Tinubu didn't do much, but because that place was the state capital at the time, they put measures and things in place to make sure that that place developed as such. What is wrong with that? Has he killed? This is something that is not supposed to be said. Well. Listeners, this is all coming your way from Star Radio UK 11:29. And let me see whether I can bring you one final story before we move on from there. And this around, I want to bring you something pertaining to the looming strike that is supposed to take place, but it looks like a few of the that one is not coming up. So let's move on. Now, Boko Haram terrorists have abducted passengers on popular Maiduguri-Kano highway. Information is coming through. It's saying that it was learned that the gunmen blocked the highway before forcefully taking away some passengers, which left travelers and commuters stranded on both ends of a very busy road. So, what is government doing about that? Quite interesting, isn't it? Well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And tomorrow, the 12th of June, is declared a bank holiday, a public holiday. That's how they say it in Nigeria. That is the June 12th public holiday, marks Democracy Day. The federal government has declared Wednesday, June 12th, a public holiday to commemorate the 2024 Democracy Day celebration. This announcement was made in a statement by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Aishetu Ndayako, on Tuesday in Abuja. Dr. Ndayako stated that the Minister of the Interior, Dr. Alobumi Tunji Ojo, who made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, congratulated Nigerians on the occasion. He said that as the nation marks another Democracy Day in its history, Nigerians should reflect on the efforts of the founding fathers and ensure that Nigeria remains a united country. Dr. Tunji Ojo added that Nigeria should be a more secure, peaceful, and indivisible entity for the benefit of all. The minister said the President Bola Tinubu was committed to positive reforms to revive the nation's economy and enhance security. Tunji Ojo called on Nigerians and friends of Nigeria to appreciate the progress that had been made and look forward to a better future for Nigeria's democracy. But the question that people are asking again is the concerns about people who think their rights are being trampled upon, and the initial agreement that brought Nigeria together has to be re-looked, because they are of the view, some of the view, that the whole agreement is elapsed and now there is a need to re-look at it. But others are saying no, we have to stick to it. Okay, but what do you think about that? Is it wrong for those in the Southwest calling for a Yoruba nation, a breakaway from Nigeria, thinking that, well, they can manage things better and everything will be better, everything will be like a paradise for them? And those in the Southwest who are also saying that, look, you're taking resources from our place and using it for the whole country, and we don't think we are being given enough of resources from our side of the, so we think we are being marginalized. Now, what do you think about that? That statement that they are making, and the fact that it looks like whatever they are saying is falling on deaf ears. What do you think? So coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, dozens are dead in DR Congo after 15 extremists attack. It says the Congolese army spokesman reported, bringing the total death count in the region to over 80 since 4th of June. The region, plagued by armed violence for decades, has nearly 7 million displaced people. The Allied Democratic Forces, now aligned with the so-called Islamic State group, have intensified their attacks, further destabilizing the area. Recent assaults include a deadly attack in Massawu that killed 17 and additional bodies found in nearby villages. But the question is, what can the African leaders as a whole do about this? What can they do about this? It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, still moving on, because we press with time. Search continues for missing military plane carrying Malawi's vice president. It says soldiers are searching mountains, forests near a city in northern Malawi after a military plane carrying the country's vice president and the former first lady went missing in the area on Monday. President Lazarus Chakwera said the plane carrying 51-year-old vice president Salos Chilema, former first lady Shani Zimbiri, and 8 others left the southern African nation capital Lilongwe at 9:17 a.m. and had been expected to land 45 minutes later at Mzuzu International Airport, about 370 kilometers to the north. But air traffic control told it not attempt a landing and to turn around because of bad weather and poor visibility. Chakwera said in the address broadcast live on state TV channel, the NBC, air traffic control lost contact with the aircraft and it disappeared from radar a short time later. He said, I know this is a heartbreaking situation. I know we are all frightened and concerned. I too am concerned, Chakwera said, but I want to assure you that I am sparing no available resource to find the plane, and I am holding on to every fiber of hope that we will find survivors. Now we pray for them. Mzuzu is Malawi's third biggest city and the capital of the northern region. It lies in a hilly forested area dominated by Vifa mountain range, which has vast plantation of pine trees. The president vowed that such operation will continue through the night and said authorities using telecommunications towers tracked the last known position of the plane to a 10-kilometer, that's 6 miles radius in one of the plantations. That area was the focus of the Malawi Defense Forces search and rescue operation. He said, I've given strict orders that the operation should continue until the plane is found, Chakwera said. Listeners, it is Star Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, a final story. Now let's move on. Let's move on to Ghana as well. Now, I thought that the government deployed the military to fight the illegal mining, aka Galamsey, but it looks like it's fallen on deaf ears, and now the military are being attacked. However, the Ghana Armed Forces has cautioned the public against calls for attacks on soldiers over illegal mining, also known as Galamsey activities, on any other situation. Now, this follows the call by the Amenfi East New Patriotic MPP parliamentary candidate and has responded recent comments urging illegal miners to beat up soldiers who try to stop them from mining. Member of the ruling party or the candidate for the ruling party? In a statement, the Ghana Armed Forces disclosed that a situation where a soldier misconduct himself or herself, the soldier should be reported to the nearest police station or military barracks for the appropriate disciplinary action to be taken. It is important to note that soldiers, like any individuals, have the right to self-defense when faced with imminent threats or attacks that pose a danger to their lives or the lives of others. In situations where soldiers are confronted with immediate threats of acts of violence, they are allowed to use necessary and proportionate force to protect themselves and others. It must be noted that the outcome of such avoidable confrontation may be unpleasant and dire. It is against the premise that the Ghana Armed Forces wishes to remind and caution the public that assaulting or attacking soldiers is a grave offense, punishable by law. It implores all citizens to respect, cooperate, and support our soldiers and to refrain from engaging in acts of violence or incitement against them, the Ghana Armed Forces has said. Now, there is another story pertaining to a soldier who was attacked allegedly for combating that. And this is the candidate who was calling for that. The political science lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Asasante, has described the New Patriotic Party Amenfi East parliamentary candidate Ernest Frimpong's call to attack security personnel as reckless. The parliamentary candidate for Amenfi East, Ernest Frimpong, has charged illegal miners in the areas to beat up soldiers who attempt to halt their mining in the area. Addressing the miners in the presence of the Western Regional Minister Kwabena Ochere, Dakum Mensah, and some party executives in the region, Ernest Frimpong revealed all anti-Galamsey task forces have been disbanded by the government. Hence, no soldier has the authority to stop anyone from mining. Operation Halt, Galamsey stop whatever soldiers that ambush you. We have cancelled all those operations and officially do not have permission to run such operation again. So if anyone comes to your site, you have the right to question him on his mission there, he told the miners in a Tree language. Now, commenting on the matter, the political science lecturer stated that the comment from the NPPP, what do you call it, PC, is an attack on the state. Parliamentary candidate is an attack on the state. It is one of the most reckless statements we have heard in recent times. It shouldn't have come from somebody who wants to serve the people. What is his intention? Does he want the youth to attack the security officials or what? To all intent and purposes, this is no. You can't say that. Even if you are not the leader, it should not come from the mouth of anybody in this country. Now, this country is a country of laws, and no action should cross any legal line. If you undertake the business, you should remember that you must work within the framework of the law. If you go contrary to that, there are institutions charged with mandate to apprehend you and hand you over to other appropriate authorities to handle you, Dr. Asante has said. And it's quite a worrying trend. But do we have any member of the government coming to condemn that? No, it doesn't seem so. All right, let's move on. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. The National Democratic Congress has issued a strong appeal to the organization dedicated to ensuring peaceful elections, urging them to denounce the instances of violence observed at various vote transfer centers nationwide. According to Johnson Ketia, the NDC national chairman, there has been an alarming increase in clashes at these centers, which necessitates immediate interventions. The urgent call to action follows a recent altercation at the Electoral Commission office in Ofanko near Kaswa in the Central Region, where Atukumsin, the son of Wutu Senya, is MP Mavis Hawakumsin, was stabbed. The incident underscores the escalating tensions and the pressing need for preventive measures to safeguard the electoral process. Now, addressing the issues during the NDC's 32nd anniversary celebrations, Mr. Nketia emphasized that critical role of peace-oriented groups in condemning the violence that threatens the integrity of the electoral process. He called on these organizations to take a definitive stance against such disruptions, highlighting the importance of maintaining peace and order during elections. As I speak to you, there are several security personnel deployed in Nsoko. I am narrating all these things to draw the attention of those who will start calling on us to go and play football, to go and engage in peace, and and order during elections. As I speak to you, there are several security personnel deployed in Nsoko, and he goes on further to say he is not sure about if anything of the sort will happen, anything that it is time for the Peace Council and all those who call for peace to see to the peace now that we've not even started elections before the whole election unfolds. Now, one final story before we go. The Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice Starr has accepted to investigate the Electoral Commission conduct in the retirement and disposal of some election-related equipment. Now, this follows a petition from Imani, Ghana, after citizens expressed grave concerns over the EC's handling of the nation's scarce resources in the discharge of its duties. In response, Starr has asked Imani to provide it with information relating to the allegation to assist with the investigation. Now, kindly make the said information available to the Commission within 10 days upon receipt of this letter to allow the expeditious investigations portions of the statement has read. So we'll see, we'll be following very, very closely and see what comes out of that. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has declared that fighting corruption has been the main focus of his government. Despite criticisms from a section of the public that his administration has done little in the fight against corruption, he contends that corruption flourishes in covert circumstances and that combating corruption requires access to information. The president said that to address this during its first term, his government ensured the passage of the Right to Information Act. Now, to advance accountability and transparency, President Akufo-Addo said that the Act seeks to actualize Article 21, Clause 1, Subsection F of the Constitution. Speaking at the Commission of the Law House Project in June 10, he said, the Act, which successive government failed to pass, sees to the implementation of the constitutional right to information held by public institutions to foster a culture of transparency and accountability in public affairs, subject to exemptions necessary and consistent with the protection of the public interest in a democratic society. The Act is now fully implemented with a governing board chaired by an experienced and respected retired higher court judge. The president said the Ministry of Information has trained information officers across various government ministries, departments and agencies to ensure the full implementation of the Right to Information law. He said 2018 Parliament passed the Witness Protection Act, which signed into law on August 24 of the same year. The Act establishes a Witness Protection Agency to create a witness protection scheme as a vehicle for offering protection to persons who are required to cooperate with law enforcement agencies as witnesses in the investigation and prosecution of cases, particularly corruption cases affecting public officers, he noted. Whoops! I know they've done that, but how has that in any way, shape or form stopped corruption from, let me put it this way, growing? But well, he said that's what they've done, and we'll be following very, very closely. This is Starr Radio UK, 12 minutes to the top of the hour. You want to join in the conversation, just call us on 0208-133-2257, and I'll be sure to answer you and hearken to you. But for now, we are going to other parts of the world to look at some of the stories making the rounds there as well. Now, the UN Security Council has backed calls by the US for Israel to cease the Gaza ceasefire. The United Nations Security Council has voted to support a U.S. resolution backing a ceasefire plan for the war in Gaza. The proposal set out conditions for a full and complete ceasefire. The release of hostages held by Hamas, the return of dead hostages, remains the exchange of Palestinian prisoners. Now, 14 of the 15 Security Council members voted in favor of the U.S. drafted resolution. Russia abstained. The resolution states that Israel has accepted the ceasefire proposal and urges Hamas to agree to it too. It means the Security Council joins a number of government as well as the G7 group of the world's richest nations in backing the three-part plan that was unveiled by President Joe Biden in a televised statement on the 31st of May. Mr. Biden described it then as an Israel ceasefire proposal. And this all coming away from Starr Radio UK. But in reaction to that, if diplomats have groundhog days when they are condemned to reliving the same 24 hours, perhaps Antony Blinken, the U.S. Secretary of State, felt a certain weariness as his jet approached the Middle East on his latest trip. It is the 8th diplomatic tour of the region in the 8 months since the Hamas attacks on Israel on the 7th of October last year. The politics of trying to negotiate an end to the war in Gaza and an exchange of Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners were already complicated. They are more tangled than ever now. The Israeli opposition leader Benny Gantz has resigned from the war cabinet of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, along with his political ally Gadi Eisenkot. Both men are retired generals who led the Israel Defense Forces as chiefs of staffs. Without Benny Gantz, the Americans have lost their favorite contact to the cabinet. Now he is back in opposition. Mr. Gantz wants new elections. He is the pollster's favorite to be the next prime minister. But Mr. Netanyahu is safe as long as he can preserve the coalition that gives him 64 votes in the 120-member Israeli parliament. That depends on keeping the support of the leaders of two ultra-nationalist factions. They are Itamar Ben-Gvir, the national security minister, and Bezalel Smotrich, the finance minister. This is the point at which Secretary of State Blinken's mission collides with Israeli politics. President Joe Biden believes that the time has come to end the war in Gaza. Mr. Blinken's job is to try to make that happen. But Messrs. Ben-Gvir and Smotrich has threatened to bring down the Netanyahu government if he agrees to any ceasefire until they are satisfied that Hamas has been eliminated. They are extreme Jewish nationalists who want the war to continue until no trace of Hamas remains. They believe that Gaza, like all the territory between the Mediterranean Sea and the River Jordan, is Jewish land that should be settled by Jews. Palestinians, they argue, could be encouraged to leave Gaza voluntarily. That is a bad one. Antony Blinken is in the Middle East to try to stop the latest ceasefire plan from going the way of all others. 3 ceasefire resolutions in the UN Security Council were vetoed by the US, but now Joe Biden is ready for a deal. On the 31st of May, the president made a speech urging Hamas to accept that he said was a new Israeli proposal to end the war in Gaza. It was a 3-part deal, which has now been backed by UN resolutions starting with a 6-week ceasefire, a surge of humanitarian aid into Gaza, and the exchange of some Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners. But the question is, do you think it is fair to say that they want Palestinians to leave Gaza voluntarily? And somebody will say, and go where? Well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to exactly 11:53. Wherever you are, this is Starr Radio UK, and don't even think of touching the dial. Let's see whether we can bring you one more story from the world front before we come to the UK and bring the program to a close there. James Lawson, the black civil rights activist who traveled to India to study nonviolent protests and served as chief strategist to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., has died aged of 95. Lawson, a Methodist minister, learned Mahatma Gandhi's principle of civil disobedience and taught them to protesters opposing a racial segregation in the U.S. Now, through his workshops, he instructed countless activists on how to passively resist horrific violence and threats from the police and angry white mobs in order to expose the immorality of racism. Now, King repeatedly praised his methods, calling him, in a speech the day before his assassination, one of the greatest noble men of the black struggle in America. King, who met Lawson when they were both 28 years old, also called his ally the leading theorist and strategist of nonviolence in the world. Lawson died in Los Angeles, where he lived, his family said on Monday. The son and grandson of ministers, he was born in Uniontown, Pennsylvania in 1928. Now, Lawson said he was motivated to study nonviolence when he was 8 years old after he slapped a child who had called him a racial slur. His mother, who was a pacifist, asked him what good had become of his response. He vowed to never again use violence to resolve a dispute. Now, his nonviolent beliefs were tested early on when, as a university student, he refused to be drafted into the U.S. Army to serve in the Korean War. Now, Lawson served 13 months in prison for draft dodging. After finishing his education, he traveled to Nagpur, India, to work as a missionary and study the resistance tactics developed by Gandhi. After 3 years in India, he returned to the U.S., where he met King, fellow Methodist minister, at Oberlin College in Ohio. His belief in nonviolence came at a time when opinion in black communities was divided over how to resist institutional racism and segregation. Now, King convinced Lawson to move to Nashville and begin studying at Vanderbilt University while also teaching nonviolent protest techniques. Now, several of his students went on to play prominent roles in the civil rights movement, such as future Congressman John Lewis and future Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry. Now, after King was assassinated in 1968, Lawson met and eventually befriended the man convicted of killing him. Martin King would have gone to visit him. I knew this, he said of James L. Ray, King's killer. Now, Lawson went on to officiate Ray's marriage in prison and came to believe that he was not solely responsible for King's death. He was also a founder of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which played a key role in the racial equality process of 1960s. In 2020 speech during the funeral of John Lewis, Lawson said, "Many of us had no choice to do what we tried to do, primarily because at any early age we recognized the wrong under which we were forced to live, and we swore to God that by God's grace we would do whatever God called us to do in order to put on the table of the nation's agenda. This must end. Black Lives Matter." And that is how I end that discussion from there. But finally, let's touch on the UK front, and then we'll move on from there. Well, today the Tories also have unveiled their manifesto. Rishi Sunak has promised the Conservative election manifesto will contain transformational policies to boost home ownership. Now, writing for the Telegraph, the Prime Minister said his party will bring back a new and improved version of the Help to Buy scheme, which ended in England last year. Now, landlords will also not have to pay tax on profits when selling to tenants. He added to give them a chance to own the home they live in. Mr. Sunak said his party will continue to indefinitely the existing 425,000 threshold before first-time buyers have to pay stamp duties tax on purchases. Now, this threshold, which applies in England and Northern Ireland, was raised in 2022 and is currently due to end in March next year. Housing is a key issue at the general election, with parties vying to win support from aspiring home owners. Opposition parties have seized Mr. Sunak's admission on Monday that it has become harder for people to own their own homes since Conservatives have been in office. Unveiling his party's election manifesto later, he will attempt to get back on the front foot with a series of measures aiming to build an ownership society. Now, this includes allowing first-time buyers to get a government loan worth up to 20% to buy a new build property. Now, this scheme ended in March 2023 for England, although the first-time buyers can still apply for such a loan in Wales. Well, listeners, it is all going to be unfolding, and we're going to be telling you more about all that as the program or as the day goes on, as the elections, manifestos, and the running, the length and breadth of the country goes on. We'll be telling you all about that. But wherever you are, it's been a pleasure coming your way, and let me say thank you very much. Remember, this afternoon exactly at 1:30, we're going to be having BB Clement coming your way with BB Means Business. But before I go, the Lady to Lady Conference is taking place. The 5th Annual Women's Conference is taking place this Saturday, the 15th of June, at the Fairfield Theatre Concert Hall in Croydon, CR91DG. The theme is Clothed in Grace. The doors open at 10 a.m. exactly. For further information, just contact them or go on their website www.ladytoladyglobal.org, or you can scan the QR code and you'll be part of that as well. Now, the final announcement there pertains to Faith Revival Assembly that's presenting Free to Worship program with Reverend Bruce Gatti, aka Uncle Ato, and Minister Ken and Cheska. Now, also ministering FRA Choir, that is the Faith Revival Choir, and Glorious Temple Choir of the Resurrection and Living Bread International Ministries. The dates are the 22nd of June, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., and the 23rd of June, a Sunday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The venue, Broadmead Primary School, 366 Sydenham Road, Croydon. The postcode is CR02EA. And the program is being hosted by Reverend and Lady Reverend Anna. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. Until I come your way tomorrow, it's been me, Archie, saying have a top of the day. But let's sign out with this song from AJBia, and it says, Stay With Me. Or entry, Tina Minchain. Well, that's on the end, so you don't hear from me. It's been me, Archie, saying bye-bye. Have a lovely day.
This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
my world.